Everyone. So for today's video, bigay ko yung high level ng Revenue Regulations 15-2024. So, particularly, this is pertaining to yung mga taxpayers or business owners na nakaka-generate ng revenue through online means. Alright? So, yun ang pinaka-gist nito. If you're a taxpayer who are generating revenues, income from online means, ito yung mga implementing guidelines for you, okay? So, ang subject, prescribing policies and guidelines in the mandatory registration of persons engaged in business and administrative sanctions and criminal liabilities for non-registration. So, okay, yung number 1, yung section 1, yung scope. So, sabi dito, these regulations are hereby promulgated to prescribe guidelines, procedures, and requirements for the implementation of the mandatory registration of persons engaged in business, including brick and mortar stores and online trade or business pursuant sa Section 236. So, ano yung background nito? Any person subject to Internal Revenue Tax shall register once. Could be done electronically or manually with the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, kailan yun? Within 10 days from date of employment, on or before the commencement of the business, or before payment of any tax due, or upon filing of a return, statement, or declaration as required by the tax code. Okay? Ano pang additional na sinasabi niya dito? Consequently, any person who is engaged in any trade or business in the Philippines and fails to register the same with the BIR shall be administratively and criminally liable for fines and penalties. Tapos meron pa additional line na any person who willfully aids or abets in the commission of a crime penalized under the tax code or who causes the commission of any such offense by another shall be liable in the same manner as the principal, pursuant to Section 253. Okay? Sa Section 3 naman, nilista dito, sino-sino ba yung cover nitong RR na to? So, sabi dito sa letter A, sale and or lease of goods and services through brick and mortar stores. B, e-commerce or online businesses where formal or informal, including but not limited to sale, procurement, or availment of physical or digital goods, including virtual items in online games, digital content products, digital financing services, entertainment services, travel services, transport and delivery services, and educational services, social commerce, on-demand labor, repair services, and property and space rentals. So, C, operation of digital platforms, including yung mga e-marketplace platforms. Sale and or lease of goods and services through digital platforms. Digital content creation and streaming that are income generating. Okay? Sabi niya dito, at that are income generating, including but not limited to online advertising, blogging or vlogging, subscription or commission. F, e-retailing of goods and services. G, sale of creative or professional services, on-demand or freelance services. Ito yung napakarami, di ba? Or digital services supplied over the internet. And finally, other forms of businesses other than those mentioned above, which are conducted online. So, ang baseline talaga nito, if you're generating income through online, you are covered in these regulations. Sa Section 4, dinescribe dito yung different terms para mas maunawaan, like business operations, brick and mortar stores, closure takedown order, content creation, down until doon sa online freelancing services. So, yan. You could read over this one during your free time. So, bigay ko lang yung high level, no? So, sa Section 5 naman, it's about registration. So, if you fall under those covered individuals or yung na-mention ko sa kanina, then you are required to register to the BIR. Sabi nga rito, failure to register shall be subject to administrative penalties and criminal liabilities. Okay? Sa Section 4 naman, as rather 5, so we have here, sa Section 6, yung posting of certificate of registration. Siyempre, once you register your online business, you have to post your certificate of registration sa where you conduct your business. either your COR, your Certificate of Registration, or Electronic Certificate of Registration. In the Certificate of Registration, i-spell out doon ano-ano yung mga tax forms na kailangan mo i-fill out at ano yung due dates kung kailan mo siya sasubmit, yun. Doon siya nakalagay. Section 7, posting of proof of registration on online websites, e-commerce, or e-marketplace, and other platforms. So, if you have your own platform, for example, you are selling online, there is a requirement na you attach, pakita mo ron yung proof na you registered your business, yung either your BIR-COR or yung ECOR. Section 8, suspension of business operations. If the Commissioner of Internal Revenue or any of his authorized representative nag-verify and they found na hindi register ang business mo, so they will give an order to close it or to take it down. Magbibigay sila ng closure or take down order. Sa section 9, sinasabi dito, the duration of closure or take down order, the closure, it shall not be less than 5 days and shall only be lifted upon compliance with the requirements. So, pag nakapag-comply ka na with what BIR identified, kaya na-close or na-take down yung online store mo, then they will lift it. I-lift nila yung closure na yun sa section 10. And only if na-rectify mo na yung mga dapat mong ayusin, dapat mo i-comply. Section 11 naman, that's the responsibility of lessors, yung mga nagpapaupa, or yung mga digital platforms, including mga e-marketplaces. So, if they found out that they are, for example, BIR found out that they have clients, for example, mga lessees, or yung mga online sellers na they are operating in your premises or in your online platforms that you are not registered, ikaw mismo na lessors or digital platform owners ay may corresponding penalty. Alright? Next. Dito sinasabi rin, the owners or sublessors of commercial establishment building shall continue to submit its existing reportory requirements under existing revenue regulations. Digital platforms, including marketplace, shall submit any required information upon request from the Commissioner of Internal Revenue or his or her duly authorized representative. Okay? Section 12, yung reportorial requirements. Ito naman, on the side naman ito ng sa BIR. Merong mga reports ng mga businesses na na-close or na-take down tapos na-lift. So, there would be a regular reporting to be given to the CIR. Okay? Yan. Section 13, ito naman yung Section 13, ito naman yung penalties. Alright? May 6 items ng violations dito. Sinabi yung late registration or voluntary registration covered in Section 275. The amount ng compromise penalty is 1,000. Failure to register yung store name or business name, so 1,000 per business name or store name. Failure to post yung Certificate of Registration or yung ECOR on the place of business o kaya mga website, platforms, ganyan. 1,000 for every violation per business name or store name. Tapos number 4, allowing lessees or online sellers to use or engage in business, the premises, or digital platforms without BIR registration. So, itong 20,000 na to, ang magpapenalize ito yung may lessors o yung mga online platforms na in-accommodate yung mga lessees o yung mga sellers na hindi naka-register sa BIR. So, 20,000 for each branch or store, or establishment. So, this is the penalty to be paid by the lessor or digital platform marketplace. 5, failure to obey or refuse to comply with a closure takedown order, so 20,000. 6, failure to register head office or branch. The business or self-employed is discovered through various means. So, may mga checking na gagawin si BIR during tax compliance verification drive, ocular inspection or mission order, upon BIR notification to register, tsaka yung 2 third-party report. So, the violation is categorized. So, kung medium and large taxpayer ka, it'll be, ang penalty mo will be 20,000. Kung small taxpayer ka, let's go to micro. Micro taxpayer is if your income is between 1 peso to 3 million. Kayo ay micro taxpayer. So, if na-classify ka dyan, the penalty is 5,000. If it's from 3 million to 20 million, 10,000. So, 20 million and above, that's 20,000. Alright? So, yan yung, so, because of EOPT, ease of paying taxes, kinasify din yung mga taxpayers, small or micro, from micro to small to large. Okay? So, ito may sabi sa subject to excise tax sa 50,000. So, here's just a high-level recap. If you would like to know more about this, you can go to BIR website, bir.gov.ph, and look for RR, Select Revenue Regulations. Look for RR 15-2024. So I hope this helps. This is for those interested party who would like to understand about this. Thank you.